Karthik, how's it going? Thank you for sending in your video and looking forward to helping you with some of this backhand. You might have already known some of the little things that you've probably seen from some of my other videos, but I'll definitely help you out here. And one of the big things that we're obviously going to get to is that broken wrist position. So, one of the big common faults that I see with the players is that broken wrist that we got to try to sort out. So before we really do jump into what we're going to look at today, anyone that's liking the channel, please do share and subscribe. Click in that link in the description. Grab your free personalized swing audit, just like I'm doing here with Karthik. So to go back to this broken wrist position, you can just see it there. It's quite significant, isn't it? It's one of the bigger ones I've seen, that we want to make sure that when you're taking your racket back, first thing, I think you're actually taking it too high. I know that sounds a bit strange, but your movement's directly upwards. Whereas I tend to ask my students to get their wrist and forearm across their body. Try get your hand towards, so that wrist there, towards your left hip, left rib cage area. I think when you can bring it across there, you can then start to lift it up into what's that diamond shape, so the racket would be somewhere around about there in that diamond shape. But I think you tend to go too far up. So if you just look here, as you're following the ball, look there, it goes up to the ceiling. And I just think that's not quite in the ready position. You haven't quite got those shoulders round. You haven't dipped that shoulder. And when that racket goes upwards like that, it leaves the elbow this side of your body and it becomes a lot of a swing in the arm. So I think that's the big thing you're doing as well, is you're swinging a lot from the arm. You're not really swinging a huge amount from your body weight transfer. So let's go forward a little bit by bit. And that was good to scrape that ball off that wall, but you can just see that trigger movement there. Look at how that, and I'll zoom in, look at how that, the wrist is looking up, the knuckles are looking up, and it's turning the racket head in a negative position. So what we really need to try to do is have the wrist a bit more cocked. So almost exactly the opposite of what you're doing there. So right now it's doing that. I would like it to almost do that. It's kind of hard for me to show you without obviously videoing it, but turning the knuckles almost inwards as you're shaping. I'm doing it myself. You can't see what I'm doing, but turning it towards almost your chest area, turning those knuckles inwards is going to be key. Because one of the big things that happens when we get this broken wrist position on that backhand, which is super, super common, so don't feel you're isolated here. Couple of things. It's because of the initial lack of body weight transfer. And I think that's what I'm seeing here. I'm not seeing you load that body weight up enough to get yourself hitting with the body weight, with the dip of the shoulder, with the coil of the hips, turn of those shoulders. And what you end up doing is you end up compensating in and around that wrist position to get that racket head to move quickly. That's simply what happens. The second thing is then spacing. You might or might not be too close there, but actually you are too close, because look at the bend in that arm. That for me is just crying out, you need to be able to reach for the ball more. That's the second big point I see with this broken wrist position, that you end up getting too close to the ball. And those are two fundamental things. One big thing I like to do with practice is I ask people to put, several balls down, maybe not even that close to the sidewall, maybe some squash balls down around them, get a little piece of tape. And then I'd say, right, your lunge needs to be about there, there, and there. So you're going to go in from the tee, lunge to that one, stop your foot at the tape, swing and reach for the ball. So you need to reach back to the tee, goes to there, goes to there. Take the ball out of play for now. You do not want the distraction of the ball. I say this so often, and it's such a key, simple thing. Only put the ball in play once you've practiced this without the ball again and again and again. So for me, you can definitely see you're not getting the amount of power and you're having to steer the ball a little bit. So I'll just go forward a bit more and see if I can pick up any more little things. But I do appreciate you sending it in. Obviously, very happy to keep looking at this stuff. And yeah, you can just see what's happening there, can't you? You're not quite getting that the loaded position. You're not as loaded as you could do. Your arm, you're trying to get your racket back. It's all a bit late, but it's all just arm-based, isn't it? One more little comment. Let's have a look at the left arm. Oh, sorry, your right arm. Obviously, you're lefty. It's not that involved, is it? It's a little bit dead. It's just a bit down. It's not really part of the swing. You want to be able to bring your opposite arm a little bit closer. I talk about having two watches on. So imagine you got a watch on that wrist. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. A watch on that wrist and a watch on that wrist. And you want to get the two watches touching each other pretty much at roughly at about this point. I think that's where you want to start to do it. So hopefully that helps and gives you a few little tips. There's some really cool stuff there I think you can go work on. Like I said, put that ball down, get yourself ghosting. Kind of like there's pretty good. Let's see if you reach here. That's okay. Still, you can just see that bend in the arm, can't you? And then there's that little wobble in the wrist there. So I'd say like not only loading up your body position earlier and getting that optimal diamond shape, but also learning to reach for the wall. That arm should be locked out at the contact points. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. And anyone that's watching that's resonating with this, please do click in the link in the description, grab your free personalized swing audit. And always, please do speak about the channel, share it, tell your friends and family, because I'm keen to help and grow it as much as possible. Until the next video, I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.